very sore and weary and tired, but I'm enormously grateful for a lot of folks who sent me their very, very personal stories. It gave me a chance to speak to the pain, hurt, fear, anger, demands of a lot of Americans. I'm so grateful to a lot of my colleagues and a lot of the help that people gave me to do this. I didn't know how long I could go, but I'm so grateful that I lasted for 25 hours.
Senator Booker, was it your goal coming in to speak longer than Strom Thurmond? And a question that so many people have is, how do you maintain the stamina? How did you not have to use the restroom for 25 hours? Did you find a way to use the restroom? Can you talk to us about that?
A few things. One is I was very aware of Strom Thurmond's record since I've gotten to the Senate. I always felt that it was a strange shadow to hang over this institution, that the longest speech, with all the issues that have come up, all the noble causes that people have done, or the things that took to try to stop. I just found it strange that he had the record. And as a guy who's grew up with with legends of the civil rights movement myself, of my parents and their friends, it just seemed wrong to me. It always seemed wrong. I had this hope that Chris Murphy would do it, actually. So I definitely had it on my mind, but as Chris and I joked, I'm 9 years older than when he and I did it for 15 hours, and my back was sore and my legs were hurting, so I just didn't know if I could. So I didn't want to set any expectations. The mission was really to elevate the voices of Americans, to tell some of their really painful stories, very emotional stories, and to let go and let God do the rest.
And your stamina.
Oh, I'm sorry. I talked to a lot of people. I copied some of the things we did for 15 hours, so I fasted for days into it. I stopped drinking water a long time ago. I think that had good and bad benefits. I definitely started cramping up from lack of water, so if some of you saw me really drink nothing, at the end I was just trying to do something to stop my muscles from cramping. So there's just a lot of tactics I was using to try to make sure that I could stand for that long.
Senator, I don't know if you all of that,
Senator, do you feel like after all of this that your speech moved the needle in any way, and do you think Democrats should employ this tactic going forward to protest the Trump agenda?
I just finished. I haven't had much time to digest or think about it. I think that, and you guys have written about it and talked about it, there's a lot of people out there asking Democrats to do more and to take risks and do things differently. It seemed like the right thing to do, and from what my staff is telling me, a lot of people watched, and so we'll see what it is. I just think a lot of us have to do a lot more, including myself.
Senator, I was going to say, I don't know if you've seen the reaction you've gotten, but millions of likes on TikTok. There were people outside this building with signs praising you for what you were doing. So can they expect more of this from you? Is this the future of Democratic resistance in the second Trump administration?
I don't want to speak for Democrats. I speak for myself. My team and I have really been struggling in this period. Democrats have to own up for a lot. I think that we've contributed to where we are. I'm not just talking about losing an election. I'm talking about a lot of the ways that the partisan politics of this country have worked, and we should be stepping up and saying we accept a lot of responsibility for this moment. But we also have a lot of responsibility for meeting this moment. And so my staff and I have talked a lot about other things that we can do to contribute to the larger cause of our country right now. And I'm hoping that, especially social media, you all know that's my responsibility with the caucus. I want to think creatively and listen to my constituents, and I felt a lot of them really pushed me to do this, and I was glad that we were able to tell a lot of their stories.
Senator, to follow up on Manu's question, and I'm sorry to be crude here, but there's been a lot of speculation about whether or not you're wearing some kind of device, like a catheter or a diaper, and I'm sorry for even asking you this question. I feel weird about it. But were you wearing anything that allowed you to not have to go to the bathroom for 25 hours?
I don't want to send a doctor to get mad at me. I don't want my doctor to get mad at me. But I really spent time dehydrating myself beforehand, so I did not have to go to the bathroom.
You didn't have to go to the bathroom at all for 25 hours.
My challenge was that my strategy was to stop eating. I think I stopped eating on Friday, and then to stop drinking the night before I started on Monday. And that had its benefits and it had its really downsides. And so instead of fighting or figuring out how to go to the bathroom, I ended up, I think, really unfortunately dehydrating myself. And I'm a former athlete, so I know when you get dehydrated, you get a lot of cramps. That was the biggest thing I was fighting, was that different muscle groups were starting to really cramp up. And every once in a while, I have spasm or something that. So it's just a lot of physical challenges. Definitely making it that long for a guy. As I said, as Murphy and I joked, we're not the same spry in our 40s like we were 9 years ago. So I'm just really grateful. And I will tell you something. A lot of folks prayed with me. A lot of folks prayed for me, and I'm a person of faith. Many of us have never had these conversations, but my family, we prayed. My colleagues who share my faith, and some of you might have seen it right before. Lisa Blunt Rochester and I prayed right there on the Senate floor, and I just knew, I didn't care. I didn't want to carry any weight in my pants, so I took everything out from my wallet. But the one thing I kept in is a Bible verse I love. It's Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as if on eagles. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and shall not faint. So I just really lean on faith that we could get through this, and I'm just so grateful for my colleagues who really covered me in prayer, for Warnock who prayed with me last night. I could go through folks. So I just put myself into it. I did what the constituents were saying, do something different, take risks. And once we crossed that 15-hour that Murphy and I did, he and I checked in with each other and we said, let's keep going. And what was amazing to me is we created a lot of material. We had a really good case. I don't know what we're going to do with this because we didn't get through maybe half of the things that we wanted to share with the American people. But in the end, I think that what was really important to us is that people heard the voices, the real, authentic voices of Americans who are afraid, hurting, angry, demanding, frustrated, and also that they felt some of my heart.
Senator, Democrats have struggled in recent elections. Do you think you sent a message tonight that you might be the future of this party?
No, God bless America. No, I'm just trying to step up, as we all should be thinking about doing. We all need to step up and lead, not just Democrats. I try to make that point. This is a time America needs some leaders who are not about what we're against, but about what we're for. And I'm really hoping that, as I said, a new generation of leaders in America are going to come. That generation's heroes like John Lewis and John McCain are being called home. It's time for us to lead boldly again. Where's our country that used to start thinking of visions that are not about defeating another political party, but about bringing us to a new era in our country where we can be a light unto nations.
Some of the cynics may say that this is.
What's the first thing you're going to do when you get home?
Check your words.
I'm going to go back to my office.
We're going to check the words. Don't worry.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.